Welcome back to my F125 Driver Career Mode. This is part 10 for the British Grand Prix. If you missed the previous episode, uploaded earlier this week at Austria, I recommend you go and check this one out before seeing this one because, spoiler alert, DRS got enabled whilst it was raining, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, so the FIA, I don't know what they were on there, but more points there. Secret meeting time here, and as you can see, it is Aston Martin. Now, I'm going to decline this again. I'm technically still a Mercedes Junior driver in this career mode series, so therefore I decided that, I'm going to decline. Not only that, Aston Martin are behind us in the R&D chart. It's not like they're going to have an Adrian Newey style career mode in this career mode because, of course, career mode doesn't really work like that in terms of R&D. Speaking of R&D itself, we've got quite a few R&D upgrades in progress, so there's not anything I can actually do other than durability or fuel efficiency, which is pointless. So I'm going to save those points and we will look at purchasing something hopefully at the start of the next episode. Belgium will be out next week, which of course will be the sole episode out next week because it is a sprint race. So, yes, but Mercedes have brought an upgrade. The only team to bring an upgrade here to Silverstone. So they puts them back in front of Ferrari, but Mercedes haven't exactly been that great, and they're battling us, of course, for 4th place in the Constructors. So a good result here for me would be fantastic, and also for Albon. Obviously, he's had this is pre-ratings update as well. Then Belgium will be the first time that we get to see those ratings. But anyway, to qualify, and first lap was only good enough for P14 right behind Antonelli. So we're going to take to the right-hand side. Not the best start to the lap. We're almost a 10th down now. Compared to my previous best time of 29.4. That curve is awful to be able to get on as well. Now we come out of here. I kind of feel like Silverstone used to be a terrible track for me. Like I did skip an episode of career mode once because it was that bad. Trying to save some ERS. There's a reason for that. I was actually running out of ERS at the end of the lap. It was deploy used. For some reason it is very easy to use all of your ERS here at Silverstone, but as we come now through to the old start finish straight, 10th up on my previous best time, going to take to the left hand side, a little bit too much curve potentially that I prefer through Cots, but it's a half a 10th gained. Now it's about time though to gain a bit more, because obviously when you deploy use, you've actually got no energy deploying from the battery at all, so it's effectively you've gone into none compared to even the hot lap. I've saved a lot of battery here, and look, I'm gaining a load of time, almost 2/10 gain now compared to my previous best time. I've got a load of ERS battery, yeah, but it's that green bar that's just running out like there's no tomorrow through the final couple of corners. I'm going to deploy it through the final couple of corners. What's I've got left? Deploy used just before the line, 3.5 gained, and it is good enough for P12. 10th behind Albon, so maybe this isn't such a good track for us. Antonelli's up in P8, Gasly's ahead of us as well. I'm separated from Albon by Ollie Behrman, so yeah. 12th isn't the end of the world, so we'll see what we can do from 12th grid. It's time for the race day's British Grand Prix.
Britain is one of only 2 countries to have held a Grand Prix in every year of the Formula One World Championship. Long may it continue. It is a circuit of speed, history and drama. It's Silverstone. It's the British Grand Prix. Straddling the Northamptonshire and Buckinghamshire border. That is actually true, right down the middle. 18 corners, 3.6 miles, but the turn numbers of turn 3 and turn 11 don't do justice. Wonderful names: Maggots, Beckett's, Village, Abbey, Woodcote. Memories everywhere you look. The F1 layout now comes equipped with the famous Silverstone wing. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he will start from pole position. And Yuki Tsunoda completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Piastri, Hamilton, Max Verstappen and Russell, Leclerc, Antonelli, GASLY and Alex Albon, Behrman, Phoenix, Jack Doohan and Ocon, Alonso, Hulkenberg, Lance Stroll and Liam Lawson, Bortoletto and Isaac Hadjar rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. Welcome to the commentary box. I'm Alex Jakes. Alongside me, a real authority on all things motor racing. It's a warm welcome back to Anthony Davidson. I love this moment in the weekend. Put us in their shoes right now. What are they feeling on the grid?
You've got to know, you've got to have a pre-race game plan. You've watched videos before you get into the car of previous races gone by. You know where you have to place your car if X, Y or Z happens in front of you or behind you. So having this clear game plan is absolutely essential before you get in the car.
Right, mate, I know it's your home Grand Prix, but I want you to treat it like any other race. Let's not make any unnecessary risks, please.
So we are down on the grid in P12. Race strategy is a one-stop. Yeah, kind of think that looked like its tyre wear maybe not as high compared to other tracks. So medium soft, I'm kind of wary because obviously we know that tyre wear is high on F125, but yes, I am hoping that it's not going to be that high. I'm going to start on the mediums. Behrman and Stroll are the only two drivers that are also starting on medium compound tyres. So 5 minute lights then for the British Grand Prix. It's a bit of a hold here for the lights. Come on, thank you very much. Away we go now. Albon's had a poor start though. I'm going to go at the inside of both him and Behrman, not to go into the back of Antonelli's got GASLY for company as well. I'm going to try and get in front of these two, potentially have a look down the inside here. No, I'm going to back out. I could just see a problem here, but I'm going to try and use some of the battery now. I've got a lot of it down to the first of the two straights here. DRS not yet enabled until lap 2. Down the inside of Antonelli and that to P10. Obviously, he's been given a big, huge ratings boost ahead of which we'll see in the next episode. Danny, as I say, this is just a textbook manoeuvre at that corner, getting the inside position to keep that manoeuvre and making sure there isn't damage as we're watching Russell get in front of, I think that's Hamilton, in the Mercedes and the Ferrari. So that's not necessarily a great thing in terms of the constructors as well. And that is Liam Lawson, who, well, was thinking about an overtake, but his engine has decided he doesn't want to take any part. And I've got a DRS failure again. Well, you know, I mean, this is the second time in 3 races I think that I've had a DRS failure, and it, you know, but even without DRS, I've actually got half a chance here of going past GASLY. Having to lift off there, the gap to go down the inside there just windowed. It's Leclerc, not Hamilton, excuse me, that's fighting with Russell there. But DRS does finally come back on lap 5, and even using the ERS, now we've got a few upgrades on, does recover very well. It's just, of course, the deploy users the issue there. You can't textbook manoeuvre this on GASLY down the inside here as well. You know, just make sure you take the racing line, and obviously the drive on the outside there is always going to have to yield, really. Up at the front, Lando Norris still leads from Yuki Tsunoda, who's second, Piastri third, Hamilton fourth, and Verstappen fifth. That top 5 have broken away then from the rest of the field. As I'm being attacked by Pierre Gasly, he sent it down the inside at Brooklands. There's contact with Gasly. I'm having to then have a look at the inside of Lovefield, but Gasly closes that off. But there is contact. There was not a clean overtake by Pierre there. I was just squeezing the overtake. And then, yeah, I think that his steering wheel there, not quite making the money. But let me know what you think in the comments below. There's fortunately no damage, so I mean, I'm inclined to think it is just a racing incident, but nevertheless, not exactly happy with Gasly's antics there, and I'm going to force him out here at the end of the DRS zone here. He keeps his foot in though, and I come across. Yes, at this point I wasn't particularly happy with Pierre, especially the fact that, you know, he's getting in the way. I'm trying to catch up to Leclerc, who's been dropped by Russell, by the way. Obviously we're trying to keep the battle alive with Mercedes. Let's jump to lap 8. Gasly then pits. That's a lap earlier than what I'm doing. Unfortunately, the ejector is still broken. Hopefully that has been fixed in the new patch. Probably not. As well. I'm coming in then the following lap, lap 8. The pit lane limiter, by the way, assist is still broken at Silverstone, so this might be an idea to just run with reverse Silverstone, because that I don't believe is broken. 2.4 second stop, that's not too bad. I mean, I know we're never going to get Ferrari's 2 second stops really, so for F125 that's not too bad. Unfortunately, you might be able to see a light blue dot on that mini-map. That's Gasly, and Gasly is in front once again. However, just like the last time, we're going to have the last pass, and this time, it's for the last time. Bye-bye Pierre. Going to use these soft tyres to run away from him. Meanwhile, up at the front, Lando Norris then is sort of comfortable ahead also of his teammate Oscar Piastri. It's the first time we've seen the McLaren 1-2 in this career mode. Hamilton is third, Tsunoda has dropped to fourth ahead of Verstappen, who's down in having an off day in fifth. As I'm watching our teammates, you can see that I have built that gap. But Albon needs to get a move on here, and he's been overtaken for the last points position by Nico Hülkenberg. That is not great there, but fortunately for Alex, he is going to come back with DRS down the other straight towards Brooklands, and it's a comfortable manoeuvre then for Albon. Hülkenberg thought he was going to have a go at the inside there, doesn't do so. And then Gasly starts becoming very slow on the mediums, and all of a sudden Albon DRS down the back straight. Thank you very much. And Albon is up to P9. So this is exactly the result that we needed. A little bit earlier we could have caught Leclerc, but my tyres are really going off. As you're about to see here, through Cots, a slide and a half. Lucky to catch that through there. That curve though is also, don't get too greedy on that, because it is also an auto spin curve, but that could be costly because Albon has caught me. My ERS is sort of run out, and get Albon round the outside. No, I'm not going to allow him to do that, even if I am struggling to keep it in a straight line. 46% on the rear left. Got 2 corners to go here at the British Grand Prix, and it looks like with that I'm going to hold on. What will be yet another P8. I mean, I might as well just call this the P8 career mode, because we've had so many. I'll show you the results screen of the season's results so far in a minute, but Bortoleto gets drive of the day there. I mean, fair play to him. Maybe he started 19th, finished 14th there. Norris, first race win since Australia. That's more like it for McLaren. That, you know, that dominance from McLaren that we've seen in real life there. Albon, to be fair, first stint wasn't very good. Second stint though, much improved there as well on the mediums. I think that was his better tyre really. In terms of the driver standings then, sort of in no man's land now. Not really going to catch Russell or Tsunoda, so it's just about hanging on to P8. Ocon has his thing about scoring good points every other race, so yes, we need to keep an eye out for him, and also Albon, who will have an increased rating going into the next episode. Constructors wise, we're well 1 point behind Mercedes. With the increased ratings for Antonelli, we need Albon to be scoring points with us every single episode as well. Red Bull have that their gap slashed to 32 points by McLaren. So yes, in terms of the ratings then, it's a good amount of racecraft there as usual, because that's still broken. Pace I think was actually very good, to be fair, and obviously focused I'm halfway to 71 already. And recognition back to 51% in favour of me. I'm sure that's going to go back the other way, because I think I can't quite remember what Albon's rating, but he's 84 rated here. We'll have a look. I will put the ratings on screen at the start of the next episode just to show you guys what's changed. But you know, for Albon, to be fair, since we had that horror show in Spain of an episode, we've both scored points. We've both been there or thereabouts around each other, around the top back end of the top 10, which I don't think is too bad. We're getting that consistency in the bank. But yes, it's 4th, 5th P8 in a row. It would have been 8th in Canada had Leclerc not done a 2-stop as well. So, not 5th P8 in a row, 5th P8 in total. So, yes, I'll be back next week with the Belgian Grand Prix. That is a sprint race, so it will be a longer video than usual. I will try, hopefully there is as drama as this weekend's Belgian Grand Prix as well. But until the next video then, where we'll finish P8, I'll see you next time. Take care, thank you so much for watching, enjoy your day, and goodbye.